Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm joined by my lovely wife, Maggie.
And I'm joining my husband, Braxton.
That's right. That's right. So today we decided to come on here and read a couple stories, little scary stories, some creepy stories.
True stories.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Sometimes. So we're reading Reddit stories, and sometimes these stories can be, false and just made up, but we're trying to vet it and make sure that they're actual real stories or real enough.
At least interesting enough?
Yeah, real enough
if they're
accounts.
Fake, we don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be taking turns reading some stories, and yeah, today's, I guess, topic is really just scary, paranormal, ghosts, crazy men from Oklahoma.
With guns.
We're from Oklahoma, if you haven't realized from our channel name, Private Okie. I'll give you a little background. I'm in the Army. I am a private within the Army, and I'm from Oklahoma. So that's actually the whole story.
Pretty self-explanatory.
That's actually the whole story behind my name.
It's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be reading some stories today. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we start, I have to ask you, do you have any ghost stories or creepy encounters that you know of?
I don't really believe in ghosts.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I do. I believe in them. I think they're real.
You think ghosts are real?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Well, I think that demons and angels and forces of good and evil are real, and I don't know why ghosts wouldn't be included in that. What do you think?
I think ghosts aren't real because ghosts are, spirits of the deceased that are still lingering on this earthly plane for some reason or other. And I just don't think that happens. I think you go one way or the other. Okay. I don't think you just stay here.
You just stay here?
I don't think so.
I mean,
do I believe in demons? Leaning towards yes. But I don't like to think about it.
Okay. Okay.
I pretend you're not.
Do you believe in any like paranormal? I guess it doesn't have to be like ghosts in the traditional sense of like deceased people, but you do believe in like demons who are, or not even demons, but just like bad spirits or good spirits that can interact with our plane of existence?
I don't know, because I feel like there's a lot of different classifications for that sort of thing. There's ghosts and there's demons and there's anything in between that you want to call them. But I don't
Do you think they interact with us in any way?
Like physically?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. Do you think they're like in our dreams? Do you think, like, what do you, like sleep paralysis, for example? Do you know what sleep paralysis is?
Yes. Like, I don't think sleep paralysis demons are usually real.
So sleep paralysis is something that happens to people, and it's happened to me before, where you'll be deep in sleep and then you wake up, but it's paralysis to where you're like in bed under the covers or whatever, and you're just stoned. Like you can't move, you can't talk, but you can look around and see what's going on around you. And some people have reports of seeing like sleep paralysis demons. Whenever it's happened to me, because really I think they're just dreams that happen whenever you're like almost waking up, like you're in that between phase of waking up and still being asleep, and then but your brain is still going and dreaming. So like for me, all my nightmarish sleep paralysis things have been like spiders, because I'm deathly afraid of spiders. But like huge horrifying spiders in the corner of the room that are like coming to get me, and then they get me, but I wake up.
I have never had that happen to me. I've never experienced
Have I ever told you that before?
No, you haven't.
I have, but that's crazy.
And that has never happened since we have been together.
Mm-mm.
So
no, it hasn't actually. And I'm wondering if it's because the barn that I lived in whenever I was growing up was, I don't know, maybe it was built on like an Indian burial ground or something. Maybe the Wendigo came for me. Who knows?
Oklahoma?
In Oklahoma. Because, well, no. The Wendigo's more like northern. It's like up by...
Appalachia? Canada?
Yeah, Canada. That's the one. Yeah.
So
Canadians. The Canadians. That's what they're called.
So I've never experienced sleep paralysis because I would probably never sleep again.
If you did?
To me. I would not risk that.
Okay. Do you know if your family has any stories? Like any ghost stories or anything like that?
Like within my immediate family, like my siblings and parents, I don't know of anything.
Okay.
No, nothing like paranormal. There's nothing in my childhood home that was ever spooky. So no, I have not personally experienced anything paranormal, at least that I can remember. And I don't think my family has, but have you ever had anything happen?
So glad that you asked. Okay, yes.
Okay, do
Um,
tell.
I should. Well, if you would give me a second, I will. Golly.
That's crazy.
So in my Memaw's house, for anyone wondering, that is what people from the South or the mid-southwest area region of America calls their grandma. At my Memaw's house, we had a ghost. We had a ghost for sure. It had to be. There were unexplained, horrifying encounters that I have both heard from my family, my brothers and my cousins, but also from my Memaw herself. But the one thing that I realize now was not a paranormal experience, but it was very freaky and scary for me. I don't know if your grandparents or parents ever had like horrifying, creepy like clown dolls or anything like that, like
No.
rag dolls or anything. My Memaw,
Oh, yeah.
my
Gritty had a Raggedy Ann.
ugh, that's horrifying. My Memaw was an avid collector of clown dolls,
Like you do.
like like you do
Like
whenever you're a
every normal
boomer,
person.
like a boomer does, like they do. And she had it. The way the house was laid out was like you had the living room, and then you had to walk down the hall to get to all the bedrooms. So like my Memaw's bedroom was on the right, and then like the bedroom that I would stay in whenever I was over at her house for the weekend was on the left or right in front of you. But down the hall there was a little piece of like wall where they had like a trifold mirror with a shelf that my dad built them while he was in shop class, and she had like decorations or whatever on it. But right in the middle, she had a horrifying clown doll sitting on this shelf. And as a child, you don't sleep whenever you're supposed to at night. You stay up and play video
especially
games.
At Grandma's house.
Especially at your Memaw's house. You don't. There's
The
no
fans
point.
are too loud. The air is too thick.
The grandparents snore too loud. My papa was a snorer. He snored constantly. And I used to sleep on a cot at my Memaw and papa's at their foot of the bed, or my Memaw would make a pallet for me like on the floor right by her side of the bed.
Nice.
Which she would step on me all the time whenever she got up to go to the bathroom or whatever. But that's beside the point. I could not sleep. I think that's where I sleep with an AirPod in, listening to something, because I can't fall asleep with just silence.
Every night.
I know, well, that's beside the point. What I'm trying to say is there was a doll, and it was a clown, and it was in the middle of the hallway, and every time at night I would be like, oh, you know what? Shoot, it's midnight. I gotta go to bed. I'd put my tablet down, or if I was playing like Yandere Simulator or something on the computer, I would get off and I would go down the hall, and then I would look at the clown, and then I would look up at the ceiling and I would see flashing lights, and it horrified me. I would run down the hall as fast as I could to get to the bedroom, or sometimes I would just sleep on the couch because I was too afraid to go down the hall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I don't know. I maybe was like 8 or 10. I mean, I don't know, but come to find out, my brother and his wife, I don't know if they were married yet. Maybe they were just boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, but maybe they were fiancés, but they moved into that house whenever my Memaw moved to where we live now. And I went over to see them because they had like redone the house and like remodeled it and whatever. And I looked down the hallway and I look up on the ceiling and it was a smoke detector. The lights that were on the ceiling that would freak me out every single night as a child in that house was a smoke detector. It was like the red flashing light because they hadn't changed the battery. Yeah.
So next time you have a beeping, glowing clown demon
think
in your
of your
house,
kids. Think of your children.
And check your smoke detectors.
And what that might do to their mental psyche, because I'm pretty messed up now because of that.
Oh, yeah. I think we can trace it all back to the clown doll.
The
Slash
AirPods
smoke
at
detector.
night.
The sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Apparently.
The demons.
Yeah.
Me
Demons
believing
are
in ghosts. All of it comes from my Memaw and her negligence to change the batteries in her smoke detectors.
We love you, Memaw.
I do love you. We should call her and see if she has any good ghost stories. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Memaw,
Yes.
what's up? Hey,
I'm just,
you're on YouTube.
I,
You're live, okay? So don't say anything bad about me.
okay, I'm still alive. Golly.
What? No, I said you're live.
I know.
You're live. No, Memaw.
Memaw is not one of the ghosts that we're talking about
You're
today.
live on the recording. Like
Okay.
So don't say anything bad about me. I didn't
try.
say you. Okay. Okay. The reason I'm calling you is because currently Maggie and I are doing a video about creepy ghost encounters or paranormal encounters of any sort. And I had just gotten done telling the story of the clown that was in the hallway, the horrifying, terrifying clown, and also smoke detector, I realized later. So I wanted to call you to see if you had any other ghost stories from that house, because I know there's a lot of them.
Well, I've got the one that your cousin told me, and I didn't believe her at first, but I did believe her later.
Okay.
And that was because she was sleeping on the couch. And she came in there and woke me up and told me she heard the garage door open. And I told her that she was just hearing things.
Spooky.
And so I told her to go lay back down and go back to sleep. Well, she made her a pallet in the bedroom in the floor by the bed. Because she didn't want to go back in the living room by the couch.
Did you step on her too?
I've stepped on her plenty of times.
I just got done telling everybody on YouTube how you used to step on me whenever you'd get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Well, y'all had to sleep right at my feet, just about, or right beside the bed.
Well, it sounds like it wasn't Memaw's fault.
It really wasn't. No, we were just very clingy children, for sure. Very clingy grunt children. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
But anyway, she slept in the bedroom, and then the next morning when we got up, the garage door was open, and never, I don't know if a ghost did it or how it happened, but the garage door was open. She wasn't telling stories.
That's actually horrifying to hear.
And
What must have been going through your mind at that? Like, I don't even know what I would do.
well,
Close
I
the
was
door.
terrified at that time because I didn't believe her that, that night, I didn't believe her, but then when I got up the next morning, and it was, Roddy, you want to go outside? No.
Rowdy is Memaw's dog, by the way.
Anyway, it just scared me to death because the garage door was open.
I imagine.
And I thought, the back door is never locked because it was just going out into the garage, but the garage door was locked. So there shouldn't have been anybody come in there. But if they open the garage door, then they can come in the back door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that is scary. Golly.
So I have a couple questions.
Okay, hold on. Maggie has some questions.
So, should I put
Yeah.
it over here? So,
Put it next to your mic.
how close is this?
That's good.
So did you have any, it was you and Papa who were living there at the time, right?
Yes.
And was this a house that was in town, or were you out in the country at that point?
We were in town.
In town. So
Yes.
did you check the garage? Do you remember if there was anything, did anybody maybe take something out of the garage?
But I think there was something missing. Not out of the garage, out of the house.
Oh no!
What was it?
So it was one of Papa's guitars
Oh.
on his stand. It was It stood in that corner all the time.
Who the?
And it was on the next morning.
And so the door from the house to the garage was unlocked, you said? You didn't lock it?
Yes, we didn't ever lock that door.
How do you? Was the garage door like on a clicker, or did you have to like unlock it with a key and open the garage door?
Well, it's like somebody had a garage door opener.
Oh.
The big garage door.
I wonder.
That's interesting. Because I know that there are some ways that people can because my truck got stolen from the parking lot out here. We live in an apartment, and my truck got stolen because they used like some device that connects to my keys and unlocks and remote starts the car. Because they don't even need my keys. So I wonder if it was something like that for the garage door, though.
Yeah, because if you could hear it open, well, it seems like maybe your cousin heard it open. Because I feel like it would sound different somebody pushing it up rather than it just automatically opening. Like those sound different. So that is so scary. Maybe not a ghost.
I have never
been a ghost that time.
I have never heard that part of that story.
That is.
I've heard the garage door story, but I never knew someone took something out of the house.
His guitar. That's crazy. That sucks.
Is there anything else? Ask if there's any other
stories. Time that just me and Papa was there.
Ooh.
Only us. And he had been out into the garage. And but Maggie, I know you don't know how my house was arranged, but you could walk from the living room right through the kitchen and into the garage. And my dining room table was kind of right there in the way, and the chair, was pushed up under the table like it's supposed to be, and that way you don't have to walk around it. But Papa had just pushed the chair up under the table and went on out in the garage and did whatever he wanted to do. But then when he come back into the garage, he almost tripped over the chair because he was out in the middle of the floor again.
Ooh, that's some poltergeist stuff right there.
And that, Bill and I never did figure that out because we were the only two there at the time.
Now, did y'all have any pets? Any cats or dogs?
Well, we might have had a dog, but I don't think we did at that time. I think we had already lost our dog and we didn't have another one.
Well, and all their dogs were small too.
Yeah.
Like Missy.
Yeah.
And Rowdy.
And they wouldn't have moved it that far.
Right.
Yeah, they couldn't move. They couldn't move the big chairs anyway.
Yeah.
Not the dogs.
That's spooky. That sounds like poltergeist. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Now the time that Bill and I was sitting there watching TV and we heard something hit the floor in the kitchen, and we went in there and one of my knives was laying in the floor.
Oh no!
Oh, that's horrifying. Was it in like one of those little knife blocks or whatever like the ones that you shink into?
Well, it should have been in one of them, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if I accidentally left it laying out on the cabinet, but it shouldn't have vibrated off. There was nobody in there.
That sounds like a vengeful spirit of some sort, like trying to get a knife and get to you.
That sounds like a warning.
Yeah, that sounds like a warning.
Spooky.
Okay, Memaw. Well, thank you for telling us some of your ghost stories. I know that house is really scary.
That house is not scary, and there's not a real ghost in it.
Well, I don't know.
You have to die. Somebody has to die in the house. I know everybody that's lived in that house. It's me and one other person. So, and none of us are dead.
Well,
she's still alive.
I don't know because Brennan and Braden, my brothers, they're pretty adamant about that. There's a ghost in that house. So I guess it's just our word against yours. So
ask your dad too.
Oh, I'm sure he's got some stories too. He grew up in that house. Okay, well, thank you, Memaw.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, bye. I love you.
I love you.
That is, I did not know about. You know what that makes me think?
What?
Have you ever heard of the stories of like the people living in some random person's house, but like up in the attic or like in a crawl space or something?
I think it's called frogging.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Maybe with a PH. Frogging.
But like,
That's more scary than ghosts.
That is so much more scarier than like ghosts, because it's like an actual person that can do you harm.
That's real.
And it's that's anyway. I think frogging is much scarier than, and it's like they could be anywhere in your house and you never, especially the places you don't go every day, like the attic.
Mm-hmm.
Someone could just be living up in that attic and we'd never know. Also, Memaw and Pawpaw's garage was so full of stuff. No one could. Oh, there was a storm shelter. There was a tornado shelter in the garage as well. That, and I've heard.
You mean there was somebody's house inside the garage?
Shut up. But I've heard stories of people hiding out in like random people's tornado shelters because no one ever goes down there.
Yeah.
Get out! Like you go down there maybe once a year if there's a tornado in the area, or like a couple other times to like put food down there, or like. I know my family would always put like old pictures and stuff in there so that if anything ever happened to the house, we would still have memories or whatever. But
yeah, but nobody wants to go and hang out in the
cricket
infested.
Well, like spiders and crickets and in the house at the house that my Memaw and Pawpaw live in now. I think we found like snakes and stuff in there too. Which snakes and spiders are my two. Like if I ever see either of those things, I will immediately kill it. And I don't care how good spiders are for whatever the freaking environment or whatever.
They're bad for the house.
They're bad for me because they scare me. All right, well, let's get on to our first story. What is it called?
This is called The Hallway Man. When I was about 9, after my parents split up, my mom got together with a man who lived in a seemingly normal house, or so I thought. We moved in with him a couple months after they started dating, and I was so excited to have my own bedroom away from my hormonal teenage sister. The house was great other than the long hallway that you had to go down to get to my bedroom. For some reason, this hallway always creeped me out, and after a while, I started running down it just to clear it faster. I also tried not to look in the front door entrance that aligned with the hallway. It was always dark and made me feel uneasy. I can't tell you exactly when it started, but out of the corner of my eye, I would see a figure of a man wearing a white blood-stained t-shirt.
That's awful. That's so bad. It's awful. Like, okay, keep going.
9 years old.
Keep going. 9 too. Like, what 9-year-old's imagination comes up with that?
Right.
A blood-soaked t-shirted man. T-shirted man.
He would just stand in the corner of the front door entrance. He didn't feel menacing.
Are you sure?
That sounds pretty menacing.
I don't know. Seems pretty
But it still scared little 9-year-old me. Since then, I've learned that years before I lived there, a man was shot in the chest after a card game gone wrong in that house. And I often wonder if that was him I would see as I ran down that hallway.
What did they live in, like an 1800s saloon? What are they talking about? What the heck? What was it, a speakeasy during the Prohibition? What is that?
Listen,
I love it.
Sometimes you want to get together with your friends and just play some cards.
And drink alcohol, which is illegal at this point in time.
And have your guns ready to go in case somebody cheats.
Because it's America. Go ahead. Keep going.
It says, my mother also had an experience in that house when she was home alone getting ready for the day. She was putting on makeup in the half-bath mirror that was in the master bedroom when behind her she saw a little girl wearing a white nightgown walk across their bedroom and out the door into that same hallway. My sister had an even scarier experience in that house.
What the heck is up with this family?
I think this house is haunted, guys.
Yeah. I think it's...
As a non-believer in ghosts, I think this house is haunted. In the bedroom that was directly across from the front door entrance, she was awoken by something late at night. And when she looked at the door, she saw a girl crawling across the floor towards her and our stepsister's closet door. Oh, crawling across the floor toward her and our stepsister's closet door.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Thinking it was our stepsister trying to scare her, she screamed out her name and told her to stop. That's when our stepsister sat up in her bed and said, "Why are you yelling?"
Oh.
When my sister looked back at the floor, nothing was there.
Oh, that's disgusting. That is so horrible to hear. Oh my god.
To end that, it says, my mother and stepfather ended up divorcing when I was about 13, and needless to say, I was so glad to be moving out of that house. That haunted ass house. Oh no, I'm allowed to say that.
That's fine. That's okay.
That is horrifying.
That is absolutely awful. So that house was haunted. I mean, it had to be.
It was something.
There was something going on. Maybe it's the family.
You think the family
Is not haunted, but maybe.
maybe
You
they
know,
attract demons?
Well, because people say that you can, like, ghosts can follow you, too. Like, you know, they can attach to you. I guess like certain ghosts can attach to you and follow you through like your new house, like whatever you move, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I wonder how many ghost stories that like happen in bed or whatever are actually just sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Like she
But
could have
not
been
real
having
ghosts.
she could have been having like sleep paralysis and actually screamed at her stepsister and woke herself up.
Yeah.
And then her stepsister was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then she looked back and it wasn't there because she wasn't dreaming anymore.
I mean, yeah, I've definitely had dreams that kind of merge with me
Yeah.
waking up, but I've never been like paralyzed in my sleep.
Yeah.
But I've definitely like, you know, half awake, half asleep, and I'm like still dreaming, or like I fall back asleep and I think I'm awake.
Yeah.
I've gotten ready for work like that a couple times, and I wake
That's-
up and I'm still like
That's
that.
amazing.
I'm like,
Yes. Oh no! I just spent 30 minutes getting ready for work,
And I'm
I have
late.
to do it again. Okay, next story. Okay, here we go. Angels, aliens, or something else. When I was a teenager, my mother and I would often go to my grandparents' house to have dinner. They lived on a quiet dirt road just outside of our small town. There were a lot of curves and hills on this dirt road. One evening, after finishing dinner, my mother and I were making our way home, and as we topped one of the hills just off the right side of the road, we saw 3 glowing orbs. They were orange in color and quite large. As soon as we saw them, they floated up toward the sky and vanished. At the same time, we both said, "Did you see that?" My mother decided to turn the car around at the end of the road so we could backtrack and see if there was anything there. Naturally, there wasn't. We still wonder what that was to this day, almost 15 days later. Nope. Almost 15 years later, sorry. My mother likes to think it was angels, but I, on the other hand, think it was some sort of extraterrestrial being. Neither of us felt scared, but I had a feeling we were not supposed to be seeing them. That's kind of interesting, though.
I like that story.
That's kind of cool. I have never had an alien encounter,
Mm-hmm.
although I like to think that aliens are real, because that makes my life more interesting, I feel like.
Are you gonna ask me if I think aliens are real?
Do you think aliens are real?
Yes.
That's crazy.
It
Why?
does not make sense to me that we would be the only like sentient life
Mhm.
forms in the universe.
The whole
you know?
universe, the entire
The
thing.
whole universe. You know how freaking big the universe is?
No, enlighten me.
Neither do I, but it's big, okay? It's huge. And so I feel like it's very like self-centered to think that we would be the
Mhm.
only like comparable sentient beings.
Yeah, but like the Bible doesn't say anything about aliens.
Because I don't think we would really need to know about them. That's always been my theory, is there would be no reason for them to be in the Bible. So I just feel like that's what people would focus on if they read the Bible.
Yeah,
Would be the aliens, not the God
not God.
aspect of it.
And Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Well, I believe in aliens and angels. So I think it could be what?
2 angels and an alien, 2 aliens and an angel. That works.
Yeah.
Bit of both.
Okay. Either way, it could have been aliens or it could have been angels. What do you think? Final verdict? Or something else?
What else could it have been?
Like a 3-eyed monster? Like a dragon with 3 eyes or something?
Okay. I was leaning towards 3 motorcycles, so it said it started floating up into the sky.
They said it was in the sky.
yeah.
In a ditch. Wait, hold on. It said, as we topped one of the hills just off to the right side of the road, we saw 3 glowing orbs hovering over the ditch. So,
For
I guess
flying
it could have been.
motorcycles.
I guess it could have been because they were orange.
Yeah.
So
or-
it could have been like headlights,
I guess so, but headlights don't usually look orange.
like a car and a motorcycle going up a hill because they were on a hill. It might have been like a winding
Yeah, but it said they like floated up. So
Well,
I
if it's
don't
like
know.
if they're driving up a hill, it could have just drove up the hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just
But
feel like
then
they
I
would have
don't know
seen
how
something.
I don't know how like the orientation of the cars would have been if that's
Yeah.
what it was. I don't know.
And then I'd be
I-
like, and then a car and a motorcycle passed me. Don't think those were related though.
Right.
I feel like something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it could have been because when are you going to see an orb of light? Because if it was a flashlight, it would be reflected on trees or something.
I always am so interested on what do people think an orb is? Because I've never seen an orb.
No. What do you mean? You never seen
What
an
is
orb?
what is an orb?
Like a ball.
A ball
Like
of
a ball of light.
light. Have you ever seen a ball of light other than the sun or stars?
Okay, well that was going to be what I was going to say.
I don't know what an orb is. I've never like seen an orb unless like we're talking about like ghost orbs on like ghost videos or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
I
people
don't know. I
say-
guess it's like an isolated thing of light, like without a
I guess so.
beam would be an orb of
I've
light.
never seen that before though.
Neither have I, so. I mean,
Well, it must be aliens then. I think
Yeah,
my
I mean-
final verdict is no. My final verdict is three-eyed dragon.
I'm going to go with something slightly more believable and say aliens.
Okay, well,
I think it's aliens.
beg to differ. Whatever, that's fine.
Was it an alien spaceship or was it the aliens themselves?
A three-eyed
Also-
alien.
I love their mom's positive take on it.
I think it's an angel. That's such like
she
a
thinks
southern.
she
that's-
thinks it's angels, and I said that's an alien.
I love the southern mom way of coping with stress. I think it's an angel. I just like to think that it was an angel. It was the Lord looking down on me. She likes to take it as a sign of something better. I think that's a good way to live life, though.
That's positive, yeah. I like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, well, I think it's a three-eyed alien. Nope, three-eyed dragon. And you think it's either aliens or their spaceship.
Alien spaceships. Small ones.
Three small.
Though it doesn't
spaceships.
say how big the orbs of light were, but I was thinking they were maybe like this big, you know.
It says quite large. They were orange in color and quite large.
So I think it was a headlight from 3 separate spaceships.
You think? Why would? What would be the use of headlights in space, Maggie?
They weren't in space at the time of the story. The headlights are for when they go to planets. Back
Okay.
me up in the comments.
Next story.
The name of this story is called Guns, Dogs, and Bones. Oh my.
But this isn't a paranormal story, is it? It's
No,
kind of a
this
scary
one is
story.
not paranormal. It is just
Sorry, our dog is. Oh, hi. Hi,
our
little
dog is
girl.
just not allowed on the couch. So it says there wasn't a lot to do in my small town growing up. So as teenagers, we would go ghost hunting. So it's paranormal adjacent.
Okay, yeah.
And when we heard of an old cemetery with headstones that said crazy things like "Here lies John Doe, torn apart by werewolves," we couldn't help but go looking for it.
That's amazing.
I want to know where this cemetery is.
I need to go see the cemetery.
Though I'll see how this story ends before I make judgments.
Yeah. Go,
Uh,
Missy. Go away.
Late one night, that's exactly what we did. The maps led us to an old dirt road and instructed us to enter a field to the left of the road. We parked the car tucked off the dirt road, thinking surely no one will see it or us. Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
As we make our way into the field, I notice a trailer house to the right on the other side of the old dirt road. No biggie, there's no lights on, we're good. Not even 5 minutes later, I look again and see the porch light is now on, and there's a man standing in the doorway.
Oh my goodness. And does it say where this story is taking place?
No, it just says a small town.
Small. Look, if it's in the Midwest and it's a small town and it's a guy in a trailer, he's got a shotgun or some form of firearm.
Guns, dogs, and bones, oh my.
Okay, all right, let's keep going. I need to hear how this ends.
I yell at the rest of the group that we've been spotted and we need to hide. Suddenly, we hear the rumble of an old truck engine and what sounds like 3 or 4 hound dogs barking and howling. As we're hiding out in the field, we can hear the old truck racing up and down the dirt road, and then boom, the undeniable sound of a shotgun firing what seemed like a warning.
Oh no! All this to look for a werewolf.
Not even a werewolf, but a headstone of a man who was
Oh.
supposedly torn apart by werewolves.
That's right. Yes.
So all this in search of a piece of cement. After what felt like hours of hiding, 2 of the guys in the group decided to get closer to the road and try and make it to the car so we can leave. They were successful, but what they found on the hood of our car is the stuff of nightmares. What do you think it was? What do you think was on the hood of their car? I just want you to guess before I tell you.
What was the name of the story? I keep forgetting.
Guns, Dogs, and Bones. Oh my.
Bones? Was it bones? Bones of dog? Dog bones?
There on the hood lay a pile of what we believe was dog or coyote bones. And I think that's best case scenario. That it was coyote bones.
Wait, it was their car?
Yeah, on the hood of the car that they had left parked when they went to find the headstone.
Who? What crazy person? Was it the guy? No. I'm confused. How did Bones get on their car?
It says, luckily, we were able to all make it to the car without being seen by the man in the truck. That was the last night of our ghost hunting, and we never tried to find that old cemetery again.
What the heck? What in the world?
So I feel like there's 2 possibilities here. And option number 1 is that the old man put the bones on their car. And option number 2...
Like as a joke? Or like a warning
I guess
or
it's
something?
a warning.
Ugh.
And option number 2 is that something else put the bones there. So I guess if you want to think it might be paranormal, the werewolf that killed John Doe.
Yeah.
John Doe's werewolf.
Or it could have been either the bones of John Doe or the werewolf.
Oh. Maybe they saw John Doe after all. His bones. He was a very small man.
He was a very small.
He had bones the size of dog bones.
Or coyote bones, but they're even smaller. Well, it depends on what dog. What kind of dog. If it's like Missy or Bodie or our other dog. What are you doing?
Where's Bodie?
Bodie!
He might be
I think
locked
he's
in
laying
his,
down on
in
his
the bed.
blanket over there.
Oh.
Bodie, come here.
So I do wonder about the
Get off the
logistics of it, though, because did this
Sit down.
old man just have like a baggie of bones in his car?
And
Or did he go back to his house?
But how would the guy have known which car it was? Unless there were like no other cars in the parking lot.
Well, it
or
sounds like they were
wherever
out in the middle
parked.
of nowhere, kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. That's horrifying.
How long were they hiding, though, that he had time to go back to his trailer house?
Yeah, for real.
Dig up his bones out of wherever he keeps them.
Unless he's like one of those...
Find their car. And
and
lay
then
them
put
out on
bones
the
it.
hood.
Maybe he was like one of those old guys that always has like dog treats in his car.
Maybe.
Because like I've known people that have like dog treats, but normally they're like the milk bones or something. Yeah. But maybe he had like...
Maybe this person is really bad at
bones.
identifying bones, and they actually were just milk bones.
They were just... And it says milk bone on it.
Inscribed on the bones, it said milk bone.
Oh my God.
I think that's honestly really... it's like the person of the story is actually what's scary, not the ghost.
People are crazy.
Or whatever it could be. Because people are scary. Like we were just talking about frogging. That's horrifying. And then a guy coming after, because it's like in the middle of nowhere, probably like maybe in like Texas or Oklahoma or something like that, where people...
It sounds like the South.
It sounds like the South, where old people on their land and their trailers are known to have guns and not like people on their property. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in the middle of nowhere. In the
Alabama.
South. In Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my neighbors had big dogs that were usually chained up,
Mm-hmm.
and they had guns.
Yeah. That's the South.
That's the South, baby. And yeah, and they didn't take kindly to strangers or strangers' dogs.
No.
R.I.P. to my first dog.
No, I would always go. There was the guy that lives next to us. I would always go over because he had like a dilapidated barn on his property, and like every time I had like a friend over or something, we would go over and raid it, just like see what was in there. There was like one of those old fridge, like the 50s fridges in there.
Oh,
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I really wanted it, but like, and it was really scary because it was like a barn that was just tack room. So there was like spikes and chains and stuff on the walls of this barn. It was horrifying.
It's a good thing he never caught you in that barn.
He did. He did catch me in the barn. And my friend and I, we were in the barn and we found 2 like old rifles that I don't even know if they were still working or not. We took
Maybe.
the rifles off. This is really, I stole from this guy. We took the rifles off of the barn and we walked out and saw him and we booked it back to our house. And I don't remember how old we were, but maybe we were like 14 or 15 or something. And we were like, we have to discard the evidence.
So you didn't drop the guns when you saw him? You just
No, we kept the guns.
ran
But
away with them?
we threw the guns in one of our ponds. And they're probably like in the bottom of one of our ponds. Yeah, it's the dirt pond right by our house. Like right up in the pasture where the cows are.
Someday, somebody's going to
I know.
find those guns
Yes.
and call the police.
Call the police.
There's going to be an investigation, and they're going to drag that pond for
But
bodies.
but what I'm saying is, like, who knows what that guy would have done? He probably would have shot us.
Yeah, I think he would have. I think that guy in the story would have shot those.
Definitely.
Those
That's
teenagers.
That's what he was trying to do for sure.
Yeah, that's what he was.
But like,
aiming
also
for.
that barn was dilapidated, and I feel like if we had stayed in there for, I think it's been torn down, maybe, or like it fell down in like a storm or something.
that
but
happens
it was
a lot in
it was
Oklahoma.
it was pretty rickety.
Yeah,
It was not. It was on its last leg for sure.
I mean,
I'm
realistically,
glad we weren't in there if it ever like fell down.
Your neighbor was probably like,
He was probably coming
"Those
over
kids
to tell
trying
us,
to
be
kill
like,
themselves again by going
Yeah.
in my barn.
Yeah.
I better go save them."
Yeah, he probably was coming over to be like, you got to get out. It's going to fall down one of
You're
these
going
days,
to die.
and you're going to be in it. You've got to go. I cannot have this liability. I cannot have myself liable for your deaths. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these days, they're gonna like suck all the water out of that pond because it's a man-made pond, so all the water could just go away because it's not spring-fed or anything. It's just water that gets
Could just
collected
dry
there. So it could just dry out, and my mom and dad are gonna be like, "Why are there rifles in the bottom of
And
this
when
pond?"
that happens, you should return them to your neighbor.
And when that happens,
'Cause that would
I
be really funny.
will not say a word, and neither will you, or you. I was talking to the people.
I mean, your parents will know.
You're right, because they watch these videos. Okay, next story. Okay, the next story is called Demon or Ghost. When I was around 15, my sister, her husband, my friend, and I would go on ghost hunts. Similar to the last story. We would look up whatever location in our state that had any sort of paranormal activity, and we'd travel there late at night and do some investigating. It says something investigating. Not some investigating, but something investigating.
Can I pause for just a second
Yeah.
and say, I am married and I have a 15-year-old sister, and I would not take my 15-year-old sister to go trespass on people's land and find ghosts.
But it says, no, you know what? You're right.
But no judgment to this person, because
crazy.
when I was 15,
I would have wanted to do that.
If I had an older sibling
Yeah.
who went ghost hunting, I would,
For sure.
hands and knees, I would be begging to go with them.
Please, can we please go
Please let me go.
go something? What was the thing that we wanted? Oh, Goatman's Bridge?
Yeah,
We wanted, how old were we?
18.
Okay, that's not that bad. I thought we were younger than that, but
But we weren't allowed to go.
okay. This one, we had heard of Mr. Apple's Mausoleum. That's such a stupid
That
name.
sounds delightful.
That sounds
He sounds like a great guy.
That sounds like a great place to go. Mr. Apple? Are you kidding me?
That's like the cheeriest mausoleum name
I
I've
love
ever
it, yeah. We heard of Mr. Apple's Mausoleum a couple hours from us and decided to go check it out. The story goes, if you run around Mr. Apple's Mausoleum 3 times chanting, Mr. Apples, can you come out to play? He will appear and chase you out of the cemetery. My sister and I decided to hang back in the car while her husband and my friend did the ritual.
Boring.
That is, you're
You're going ghost hunting?
How
and
are
you're
you
not
going
gonna
ghost
try
hunting?
and summon the ghost?
and not hunt the ghost.
I would also stay in the car. I would be scared. Because while I don't
'cause you're a
necessarily believe
wuss.
in ghosts, I still find it frightening when I'm in a spooky, spooky place at night.
Have you ever used a Ouija board? Would you ever use a Ouija board?
I was not allowed to use Ouija boards when I was a child because I was told it would open a portal and summon demons.
But they're made by Hasbro.
Yeah, they're sold as a
It's just
game.
like playing Monopoly. I mean, but
because
you're like,
capitalism and demons are the same thing.
for real. Capitalism is evil. You heard
So
it here
no.
first.
I've never played with a Ouija board, but I did used to watch YouTubers do it, and I didn't tell my parents I watched those videos
That's crazy.
because I didn't want them to take away
Well,
my.
good thing they're not going to watch this video. Okay, My sister and I decided to hang back in the car while her husband and my friend did the ritual. After about 5 minutes, we see them running back to the car screaming for us to unlock the doors. It turns out Mr. Apples wasn't around, but the cemetery night patrol was, and they hightailed it out of there as soon as they saw his patrol car.
Okay.
Now, as you leave the cemetery, you have to go around what I believe is a funeral home / mortuary. As we were driving around the back of it, I looked at the building and saw a security light flickering. On the ground, directly under the flickering light, I saw a large black mist begin to rise from the ground. I screamed, "Do you guys see that?" My brother-in-law is the only one that saw it and said, "Yes, we have to leave now." We were quiet the rest of the ride home, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed us. That night and for 2 nights following, I was awakened by heavy breathing in my ear. I don't know what we saw or what was breathing in my ear, but we never went back to Mr. Apple's mausoleum. What?
Rightfully so.
What the crap? Mr. Apple is not nice.
Then Mr. Apple sounds like a jerk.
What do you think Mr. Apple's real name is? Steve Jobs? Was that funny? I tried. Okay, what do you think Mr. Apple's favorite apple was? Macintosh?
No.
Get it?
Probably Red Delicious, because he sounds like a freak, and that's the worst apple.
Did you get my joke? Macintosh?
Was that another Apple reference?
Yeah, the Mac.
I am not up to date enough.
You don't know what a Mac is?
When you say Macintosh, my first thought is not the computer. It's the Apple, which I've never had a Macintosh Apple either.
But you know that that's what Apple is named after, right? The
What,
Mac.
apples?
The Mac is named after the Macintosh. That's what it was called before it was called the Mac.
Yeah, I think I have heard that.
Okay, so my joke was just not funny, is what you're saying.
I didn't want to tell you in those words.
Okay, what do we think? Demon or ghost? Those are the only options they gave us, so. The name of the story is Demon or Ghost, so which one do you think it was? Well, my phone died, so we lost like the last maybe 5 minutes of what we were just talking about.
All of this just works.
But
I think we had just finished the story.
what we left off on was what we think it is, a demon or a ghost. And I said demon, and you said no. We both decided demon.
I think demon.
Yeah, because of the black mist,
Yes.
which seems very demonic.
I think Mr. Apples is a sinister guy. A
Yes.
sinister little
And
man.
the whispering in the ear, we decided was
Yeah,
also
the hot
kind of
whispering.
demonic.
Didn't like it.
I don't think they said that.
I think it did.
No, they just said heavy breathing. They didn't say anything about hot or wet or nothing like that. What is up with you? You're crazy. So
I think the normal heavy breathing that was not hot or wet
yeah,
sounds like demon breath.
yeah, our verdict was demon. So yeah, that's all of our stories today.
Which was your favorite of those 4?
My favorite?
Of the 4 that we read.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite was the scary guy with his shotgun, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's only because it was actually real,
Yeah.
or like it felt like it was a person, not a ghost.
I like the hallway man story. And I
That
believe
was a good one. Yeah.
I believe it.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today and listening to us read Reddit stories, and listening to my Memaw tell her ghost experiences. But yeah, we're gonna keep doing episodes like this. It might not always be reading stories, but we're gonna keep doing this, Maggie and I.
Yeah.
So yeah, join us next time. We'll see you there.
And don't trust Mr. Apples. I don't know if you want to keep that part or not.
Mr. Apples.